Hi everybody, I am Zanele Nxamagele. I am a third year medical student and I am one of the candidates for TSR term 2021/2022. So the question that was asked was, how can the TSR be a better student representative body? And before I go into that, I just want to mention that the current TSR as well as the previous TSRs have done a great job at advocating for students' needs. I think they've done a great job at um, getting changes, at making changes, at getting the needs of the students heard and attended to by faculty. And I think that's commendable and I think they should be congratulated for that. But however, there is always room for improvement, and I believe that that is what I'm here to do, or at least attempt. First and foremost, I always believe that transparency is a good place to start. As a pretty well integrated person within Tygerberg, I often talk to my peers, my friends, my classmates, just people that I share the general environment with, and they quite often complain about the services and the infrastructure and just general issues around Tygerberg. And most have absolutely amazing ideas, very feasible, very practical ideas. However, they just don't know what channels to go through or who to talk to, or just how to go about getting the ideas heard and possibly implemented in the future. And I think that's a big problem as a body that represents the whole of Tygerberg. I think it's important for people to know where to start, who to talk to when in certain situations. And for me personally, I know with previous TSRs, I knew just the gist of what they are, but I didn't know, for example, what each member did or what each member is responsible for. So I wouldn't know if I had a certain issue who I'd have to talk to, or who I'd have to approach. And I think that's a big problem. When you have so many people, it becomes a bit confusing to know who exactly to talk to about certain issues. So I think that's a good place to start. I think it's important for just the individual roles to be established from the get-go, so that people know if I have an issue with A, then I can go to this person. If I have a certain situation or a certain issue with B, then I can go directly to this person. And I believe it just minimizes a whole lot of middleman / messenger issues and things getting lost in translation, etc. And it makes it easier to follow up on certain things or certain ideas or certain solutions if you know exactly who to go to. So I think that's an important first step, just making it known just who everyone in the TSR is and what each person is responsible for. Secondly, I believe that mostly, I think most leaders or people in positions of leadership, they like to aim big. They like to go for the bigger wins, because obviously everyone wants to have some sort of legacy. Everyone wants to be known for that person. They want to be known as that person, who made that big change. And of course, it's commendable. It is great to be able to make a big change, but I think it's also important to focus on the smaller issues. I think a lot of people are afraid to complain or to talk about the smaller issues that they're facing because they think that their issues are not important enough to be dealt with. And I think that's a problem, because all issues or all problems should be dealt with equally. No person should feel like their issues aren't important enough or are inferior to anyone else's. And I think it's important to make everyone feel like they essentially to provide a safe space for people and their issues, no matter how small, to make them feel like, as a body, we are there, we are open to listening to your issues, no matter how small, no matter how, how inferior or how, I don't know what the word for it is, but yeah. So essentially, I believe that everyone's issues should be attended to equally and with with the same urgency. Lastly, I strongly believe that a TSR member should be someone who's not easily swayed, someone who is headstrong, someone who has grit, a backbone, if you will, because there will obviously be instances whereby heads are butted and there's disagreement between either the TSR and management, or between the leaders within the TSR as well. And if you truly believe that you are fighting for the greater good of the Tygerberg student community, then it's very important to be firm in what you believe in and what you believe is correct or is right. And I personally believe that I do have that quality. I am often told by my family and my friends of how stubborn I am, and I believe that goes hand in hand with being headstrong. As shy as I might seem, or as shy as I am, I do believe that I will always fight for what I believe is right, even if it is me against everyone else. I will always go with what I believe in. I am very headstrong. I am very deeply connected to my morals. I know what I believe in, and yeah, even in the face of unpopularity or anything like that, I will always fight for the greater student need. So in a nutshell, that is how I believe, or that is just a few points of how I believe the TSR can be a better student representative body. But like I said, the previous TSR members have done an immaculate job at catering for students, at getting their needs heard. So I just hope I can be a fraction of what they have been, and I can do a fraction of what they have done, and just improve Tygerberg for the better moving forward. So yeah, thank you.